What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here in this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. This video is also brought to you by two things. Since we don't do any sponsorships here on the channel, I'll go ahead and show them out real quick. The first is my music, which is available anywhere you stream music under the name Aftersound, of course. And the second is a new podcast I just launched on my YouTube music channel called Chasing Infinity. It is myself and ChatGPT as my AI co-host, and we tackle a bunch of different topics. So check it out. Links are in the description. Let me know what you think, and I appreciate the support. Okay, let's talk about SPS price, and specifically SPS price resistance, because we have seen a good amount of buying. We are now up 2x from where we were at our all-time low. And my question is, where can we expect the next area of resistance? Now, again, this is all pure speculation. This is none of this is financial advice. I'm not even telling you that it's going to go up. I'm not making a price prediction. All I'm saying is, if we continue to see buying pressure and we continue to see DEC getting burned and ultimately triggering the flywheel, what would be the next area, or let's go multiple, right? Areas in which I think that we would see some kind of price resistance. So massive sell pressure. Okay, so we bottomed out at 0.004, I think 0.0041. But even though we bottomed out there, we didn't spend very much time down at that all-time low. If you go back and look at the chart, we spent a good amount of time both on the way down as well as on the way back up at around the half a penny range. Now, this is purely psychological, right? So I don't have any data to back this up, but I will say that if people bought in, right, especially if they bought in heavy at about 50 or 50%, not 50%, but like 0.5 or half of a penny, I would not be surprised, right? From a psychological perspective, even of it just being like 1 cent, for there to be some significant sell pressure at that point. Why? Well, once again, right? Psychologically, there's probably a lot of folks who are like, oh, we're back at 1 cent, let me sell, whatever. But like I was saying earlier, if people are making a 2x on what they purchased, they may be de-risking and taking some off the table, right? It's like you buy it, your money doubles, you take whatever, you take half of it out and let the rest of it ride. So that's the first area in which I could see some major resistance. From there, it gets a little bit fuzzier, right? Because we were at, like a year ago, well, not quite a year ago, but like at the beginning of this year, we were at 3 cents, right? 2 cents, 3 cents. We moved up in terms of what ended up happening in the flywheel activation, right? So once both Land and Rebellion were out, at that time, right? And this is not TA. I'm not a technical analyst, so I'm not just go with me here. I'm not trying to bring you. I'm bringing these numbers from memory, and again, there's no I'm not analyzing charts. I'm just remembering where our all-time low was, as well as some of the local bottoms. The next area in which I could see it, right, is we bottomed out at about 1.3 cents last year, before things started picking up with the launch of Rebellion and the launch of Land 1.5, right? Both of those came in Q4 of last year, and we essentially went from 1.3 cents up to 3.7-ish cents is where I could see things or where I remember things going. Now, where I could see there being price resistance is pretty much like, I don't want to say anywhere in that range, but I wouldn't be surprised if you have a lot of folks that, again, because a year ago, the sentiment was quite different, or I'll say like 9 months ago, the sentiment was quite different. We were, this was before a lot of the major changes that happened in 2025 with, during Matt's tenure. And you probably had a lot of folks that were thinking like, oh, the flywheel's activated. This thing is going to go up like crazy. They might have bought in anywhere between that like 2 to 3.5 cent range. And if they were unhappy with where the game went, or they decided to check out, or just not really pay attention, they might be coming in at that point and saying, all right, I'm back to where I was, right? I earned back whatever I put in when I thought this game was going to take off. Now we're here. Let me just exit out. I'm gonna break even, and that's it, right? So that kind of, I know it's a wide range. 2.5 or 2 cents to like 3.5 cent range is where I would expect like the next major psychological area. But those are like the two main ones. From there, I don't know, right? And I'm not even saying that we're going to go up to 3 cents or 5 cents or whatever it is. I'm just going back through history and trying to remember where we had these local bottoms, where we had local tops as well, because you might have had people, right, that were like, oh, hey, this thing's going to take off. They buy in, and then they, go through the summer. They realize that there's a bunch of changes that they don't really, particularly care for. They don't want to sell at that point in time, but they've kind of checked out mentally from the game, and they come back in and they're like, you know what? I'm going to chase other opportunities. At least I've broken even here. Let me exit. And that's it. Right. And again, you can even look at the people that bought in at half a penny or bought in at a penny, breaking even, especially when we were on the way down, or, maybe they've done a 2x or 3x. So like, there's going to be a lot of different things in this 1 to 3.5 cent range, that could make things quite murky. Now, I remain, very, convicted on this, that people, when the bull run gets started, people get greedy. And my hope is, well, I shouldn't say my hope. People, do whatever it is that you want. I'm not trying to influence your thing, but it's just like, my expectation is we will see, if we start to shoot up, right? 1 penny, 2 pennies, 3 pennies, you're going to see people who may have said that they were going to sell decide that they don't want to anymore, right? They're like, you know what? Maybe this actually is going somewhere. Maybe the game isn't dead. Let me see where things happen. And all of a sudden, those walls, those barriers are no longer there. So I want to close this video out actually and try to ask a lot of the folks, and I'm targeting the folks here who are constantly just hating on the game and calling it a scam and a rug pull and a dead game, but you're still here for a reason, right? And my assumption is that you have assets that you're trying to offload. So if SPS is one of those assets, I'm asking you just for a little market research here, because I'm going to go through the comments and see what people are saying and what they're thinking. But where is your sell price? Like, where's your sell price, right? When are you planning to offload a portion of your stack, a majority of stack, your entire thing, right? Because you're just like, that's it. I'm done with this game. I've just been waiting and hanging around long enough to, to break even. I just want to use that, right? Because like I said, and maybe we'll do it in the future where like we call people out and be like, hey, you said you were going to sell here, but did you? But if you're willing to, if you're brave enough to actually come out into the comment section and say where you are planning to sell. And like I said, anybody can comment that, but I'm particularly targeting the folks that have had plans to exit this game, because the people who are here, I think if you ask them if they're going to sell at 1, 2, 3, 5 cents, I think a majority of them, if they're believers long-term in the game, probably wouldn't have a price, a sell price anywhere in that range, right? I think a lot of people think that this can go significantly higher. Again, not financial advice. I have no idea, but I'm just very curious to see where the overall sentiment is right now, as we are just a couple of days away from what hopefully will be October and the start of this bull run, or at least the crazy part of the bull run. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Again, this is just a fun little social experiment. We'll see who wants to participate, but that is all I have for you guys in this video. I'll catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.